Being a man in modern society is like being a 7-year-old in the 1900s. Being a man back in the 1900s was completely different than it was now. Being a father figure was the most important thing. Actually, providing and doing the stuff was what was needed, and that's what they did. And they did it with glory. Now, modern men don't do nothing, not compared to what they normally could in the 1900s. No matter how times have changed, throughout the ages, men always did the same thing, and it always worked, and they gained the power. Only the monumental shifts in civil rights and women's rights actually made it so men became weaker. Yet, they still do most of the same things. Work ethic. Men in modern society often don't do the work that they need to do, or they do the bare minimum. And that is what I see in school all the time. Majority of young men, or well, boys, really, young 2-year-old boys, if I really wanted to be for real, they all just don't do anything. They don't do their work. They'd rather sit there and do nothing, or talk about stupid stuff, or be on their phone on social media, which social media is another topic, but I'll get to that in a second. Not having that work ethic to do anything is the reason why people complain about not having money and the system is rigged. They don't try. And yes, that has to go with motivation. I am one of the people that is extremely scared about how the world is going to turn out because of AI and big business taking over. While yes, recently the AI bubble is slowly started to pop. AI data centers are starting to be canceled. The electricity is too much for them. In fact, I have a video that's probably going to be posted after this one about that, of which I have another video that I'll probably try to suggest through YouTube that is do this for 10 minutes a day to stop AI. I would check that video out. Back to the actual part of the video. Young men, boys' motivation is next to zero. And there's a good reason why. And it's really horrible for everything. What I see is that most boys that actually will be real men are going into the military. The military, where they are not actively contributing to society, they're contributing to the government. The government that everyone is complaining about. Do you see a problem in that? All of the good men are going to useless places, and all of the useless men are going to the important places. Choosing to waste everything. Modern men choose to waste all their money, all their time, all their motivation, everything. This materialism is not going to work. There's another reason why modern men are failing because they spend all their money. Okay, truthfully, I think I have more money than most people, and yet I don't have a job. I I get like $1.12 a month in bank account stuff that I have access to. And I think it was like 7 over however many months from another account that's back in another state that I don't have access to. With that little monthly income, and I still have more than majority of high school students with jobs, that is wrong. I shouldn't have more money than a person with a job, a genuine paying job, even if it's below minimum wage, even if they're getting ripped off. They shouldn't be spending that much money. Pain. Majority of men actually do a lot of their spending and wasting because of pain, and they think it's never going to go away. I know the cringe speeches where they say it never lasts forever, and that's a whole lot of the suicide and all that. Well, it's cringe every single time. It really is the truth. The only reason it lasts so long is because of you. And while that, yes, probably hurts, it's the truth. When I realize that, I makes things better a lot quicker. And yes, I have to realize that. It's not easy to just go, oh, well, it's okay. It's not. But dealing with the physical and emotional pain is what people in the 1900s did. That is what men in the 1900s did. They dealt with broken anything, really, whether it's their mental or it's a part of their body. Dealing with that pain is the reason why there are so many big businessmen and politicians, because they dealt with the pain and they are getting the benefits while everyone else doesn't try. Sexuality. Sexuality is a big play in this because it goes a little bit for full circle, almost like social media, which is a cause of the sexuality crisis. However, this sexuality crisis, one, wasn't a thing back in the 1900s. Whether it because it was frowned upon or not, the only people that genuinely said that they were gay or bisexual were people that actually were. Now you have people trying to do that just to fit in, just to be people. That is the problem. You can't just be something if you're not actually it. You can't say you're something if you're not actually it. That is the problem. So many young boys decide that they are gay or they're bisexual, they're pan, just to fit in, just to be like everyone else, just to be special. When being special is not being special. That's the thing. Social media. Social media is the real reason it goes full circle. Full circle is not good in this case at all. Social media has a lot of bad things on it. It doesn't matter if it's YouTube or if it's X or if it's I don't know anything. It's social media. It can be good. And yes, I'm using it for good. I'm using it to help people with my good. But you can't just forget about that. Forget about all the bad stuff. That's what's wrong. Social media is making people worse more than it's making people better. Social media is just ruining everything. And people in the 1900s, with their form of social media, I had kind of the same thing, except it's not the same effect. And, well, yes, it's one of the reasons the Great Depression happened. We mostly learned from that for the time after. Only coming the 21st century did we forget that, as boys started to turn up over men. It's a common denominator. Now, why? Why should you change? Why should you believe me? Why are you even in this part of the video? It's because you want change. You want to be better. You think that my opinion is probably good. And I hope I'm right. I mean, why not have a real reason to live? It's like Jim Rohn, which is another person that I think is pretty good, as well as the person that I'm going to be talking about. And which comes to my solution. The Grimm on YouTube. For as cringe and stupid as it sounds, The Grimm, their quote cinematic universe, is a Russian ex-mafia boss that was in the Soviet labor camps. And he talks about all of the different subjects, pretty much, that he's seen throughout the years. All of the negative things and how to be a better person, a better man. Especially because this video is titled about men. As a man watching this, you want to be a real man if you've gotten this far. You genuinely do. I know that as a fact. So go on YouTube, watch some of the Grimm, even 2 videos. You can watch 2 of the shortest videos you can find. And I'm sure that those 2 videos, if you actually stick to watching them and following what they say, your life will get a lot better. And it's almost addicting trying to go get more. I've watched majority of their videos. Only most of their old stuff I haven't, because a lot of their new stuff is restating because it's all old and people don't like watching old YouTube videos. Majority of people. So please, please, just take some action. Even if you don't watch the Grimm, even if you don't really take anything from me, Just change a little bit. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good day. Little side note, actually, just kind of toward the end of the video. My recent videos have been pretty poor quality. I think I finally figured out how to get editing software to work for free without me having to pay. I mean, it's pretty bad right now. The industry is bad, and I'm going to be making a video on that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.